So something I'm asked, a little bit when I meet new people or new friends. They ask me what my music taste is, and they get a little bit surprised from when I say it's not rap related. When I tell them my music, when it's usually a rock song, I tell them, or some random rock band or artist I like. And basically, I would just tell them my favorite artist. So we'll put My Chemical Romance at the top, then Slipknot, and then, well, to be honest, I don't really have a third right now, because it's kind of a mix between a few other bands. And usually when I tell people this, they're really surprised. So they're like, like, you don't like rap music? But, guy, you're black. How could you not like rap music? It's not that I entirely don't like it. It's just, it doesn't get me in the, I don't know, I guess in a happy mood. Like, I don't know, it like bores me a little, if that makes sense. There's only certain rap songs I do, well, actual rap songs I like, since there's another genre of music that I count as rap, which is nu metal. Since, well, that has a bunch of other genres infused into it, but one of them is rap. So, yeah, and hip hop. Actually, a little bit of a thing that some people on my channel get confused by is actually, if I'm white or black. Actually, this is all over the internet, but I use one singular avatar to show my channel, I guess, or my character off, which is just this blue and white avatar. And since it's pale white, people actually think it's not, black. Well, they don't think that I'm black. So, yeah, it's pretty funny. But what does this have to do with the video title? Well, I'll get into it. So this is me explaining my Slow Turn to Emo. So obviously, the album wasn't made in 2021, the My Chemical Romance album of Free Cheers for Sweet Revenge, but I discovered the album, well, at least one of her songs, in 2021. So we'll say 2021 of when I found them, which it was when I was scrolling on Instagram for a story. Just any random story, really. But basically, I seen what the song was, which I liked it, but I kinda didn't come back for it until another year, which was I Never Told You What I Did for a Living, which was in the album. So that was the only song that really showed me what they were. I mean, they're in a few memes of emos being clowned on, but I don't really count that as me actually knowing what My Chemical Romance is. So basically, in my 7th grade year, I had this very small idea. So I'm pretty sure you've seen TikToks that, just show someone's being standoffish and the text above just saying, trying to be dark and mysterious. I actually tried to take that to a full meaning in 7th grade. So basically how I did it, this is when COVID was still, a little bit relevant. So we still had to wear masks. They were mandatory for at least half of my year. So in the start of the year, I remember I had this black bandana-like mask. It wasn't an actual bandana, but it had the texture and the look of a bandana. But it was just a fully black mask, basically, black and white. And then I also had this hoodie vest thingy. I don't know. It was like a hoodie and a vest combined. And I had this champion hoodie. With all of that, the hoodie, or at least the hood, it drooped over my head. So what I decided to do is that I would just put it over my head, so, I look all mysterious, I looked all, I guess, standoffish. Now, I did that for only about a month or two into school, until I was like, wow, I don't think I want to do this anymore. Mainly because, well, one, I could barely even see, and two, they banned hoods in my school. So, yeah. There wasn't really anything else I did to look emo. I mean, I wore all black, but that was kind of like very usual, or it becomes very usual later on in the years. But yeah, I remember my friends would call me emo from all my all the darkness I wear. But I wouldn't say I was emo yet, cause well, one, that was the only emo song I listened to, since everything else was heavy metal. Since, well, I mean, I still do listen to heavy metal. It's just I listened to way more heavy metal than emo back then. But yeah, now we move on to 2024. So So this is when I started actually, expressing my music taste, since I never really did, since it was very different from my well, basically everybody. But yeah, I basically started to express it more, and some of the songs I heard were becoming very, very relatable at certain moments. So, like November, for example, I guess, when I was sadly rejected. There was The Ghost of You by My Chemical Romance. There was actually a few other songs like I Don't Love You, or, well, pretty much anything else from the Black Parade. So, yeah, all the songs just became a little bit relatable. But yeah, I remember my playlist just started to fill up with, well, I mean, for being a little bit more specific, mall emo songs. Since, well, there's a few different types of emo, like screamo, but there's only really one, in quotation, screamo song, which it might not be screamo, which is King for a Day by Pierce the Veil, which I don't think it's screamo. Because to be honest with you, I remember my cousin showed me a screamo song and I didn't really like it that much. And I think it was supposed to be a metal screamo song. So yeah, but to be a little bit more specific, there's only two types of emo genres in my playlist, being mall emo and Midwest emo, which you have a few songs by Sunny Day Real Estate, and then you have a random Japanese Midwest emo song, which I kind of just came across randomly. But yeah, my playlist started to fill with lots of MCR, and then Fall Out Boy, some Taking Back Sunday, the Taurus, which is sort of an underrated band in my opinion. And, well, yeah, there might be someone I'm forgetting, but that's at least the main core of the band styles in there. Oh yeah, and also All American Rejects. But now that we have my music out of the way, now I can talk about my style. So, usually, when you compare me and my brother, usually I wear colorful stuff. Well, I mean, I used to. But then slowly and slowly, it was probably in the middle of like 7th grade, I kinda started wearing darker colors more, which, I mean, kind of by my choice, but then kind of not by my choice, since my school had a dress code and most of the colors in that dress code were only dark colors, and they didn't have the bright colors it had to be required to wear. So yeah, started wearing more dark colors. But in my high school, there's also a dress code, because I guess every school just has a dress code nowadays. Basically, what I wore some black uniform shirts at first. Black normal short sleeve ones, but eventually I got tired of that because, well, one, the school was really cold, so I just started wearing sweaters. And my sweaters, they just become getting more and more dark, or at least the ones I was buying, since I only have about 5 or 6. So we have a fully black one, the Naka sweater, the blue one, the brown one, and then you have the black and gray, the black and white, the black and red, and that's really it. But yeah, just a lot of dark colors in my wardrobe. So this is kind of off of something my brother said when I started buying new jewelry. So basically, I remember he said, you dress good, guy, but you dress kind of bland too. So I just started buying random jewelry. At first, it was just like nice jewelry. I mean, the jewelry I buy is still nice, but it was less emo. I guess that's a better way to describe it. So yeah, it was less emo-like jewelry, but then eventually I just started buying more and more stuff that looks dark and a little bit edgy and emo. And, well, that's basically what my wardrobe became. I mean, it still is now, since I still buy that stuff, since, well, this is 2024 we're talking about, and I started doing this at the end of 2023 at the start of my school year, so yeah. And it wasn't just rings I got, it was also necklaces and, well, okay, actually, yeah, it was just rings and necklaces that really just showed the emo side of me, I guess. And I guess it was a little bit weird, since you don't usually see a black emo person, you usually see white emos or Mexican emos, I guess. Does that even exist? Not really sure. But yeah, you wouldn't really see a black emo. So, it's kind of funny. But that's basically, my slow turn to emo. You can also contribute this other song I listened to when I was really, really young, like 6 years old. the analog become by 3 Days Grace, since basically almost every young person probably listened to that and thought they were edgy. And also Monster by Skillet. So, yeah. But that was basically me explaining my slow turn to emo.